but we just getting started.
We win this battle, we take the city.
Hey, Tommy. Motherfucker!
I'm not gonna lose. We'll rebuild with no damn body.
Egan's a dead man walking.
Time to go terrorize the devil.
Y'all gotta pick a side and pick it right the fuck now.
To let the best man win.
What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power Book 4 Force. And this one right here is titled Miguel Murders Mireya and Frames the Serbs. That's right, ugly ass niggas. This is the theory that I came up with that basically comes from a couple of photos and images that were, images that I've seen in these teaser trailers that they gave us, and I was able to piece it together and come up with this particular theory and prediction. I don't even know if I want to say prediction, just more so a theory, because I'm not 10 toes down on this one yet, but I think it's very interesting, people. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this. Now, as we know, in season 2, Tommy and Mireya ended up having a love connection. And although Tommy was warned by Diamond way ahead of time to leave her alone because there has been, there's a graveyard full of niggas who tried to date her in the past. Tommy didn't give a damn. And of course, also Holly even told Tommy that he can't have the street life and a love interest. But he didn't listen because, when Tommy got his mind set on something, he's gonna stay with it. So later on, of course, Jannard ended up, taking a picture because he found out that they were dating, taking the picture, and then they leaked it over to Miguel. Miguel ends up kidnapping her, and of course, after kidnapping her, we get the season end, and of course, he's like, Tommy gets that, yeah, at the end and stuff. No, he's mad or whatever. But anyways, to the part that we really care about. I told you guys that I don't believe that the Tommy versus Miguel situation is gonna last very long. I said that way before we got a teaser or any other information regarding season 3. And I'm still gonna stick with that. Because what I think is gonna happen when it comes to this, well, what could happen when it comes to this Miguel, Tommy, and Mireya situation is we already don't see images of Mireya with Tommy, so we know that she's gonna either some kind of way get back to him, or unless that's some kind of hallucination thing. But anyways, here's what I wanted to point out. If you can pay attention, you see Miguel here with his glass. Looks like he's at his bar or whatever. And it looks very similar to the same place he was at when he was talking to Tommy, burning up the boarding passes for, the trip that Tommy and Mireya supposed to went to. And also, not only is these two alike, because they got the red lighting in it. Also, in case you guys didn't catch it, we have the same writing. We have the same light here where Mireya is holding the gun on someone. We don't know who. But if you pay attention, this looks like to be the same place, people. So in my opinion, how I was able to piece this together is I believe that there's possible that Miguel tried to flip Mireya. That's what I believe happened. I believe he came to her and said, look, I'm your family, and right now you need to pick a side, right? So he's telling, I think he's going to try to flip Mireya, and use her for information to go back to Tommy, say she escaped or say we started out or whatever to try to squash the beef. Maybe Chi is going to put a squeeze to him and tell, because, you know, Tommy and Miguel might have a little small war thing going on for a very short period of time. And then Chi is going to interfere and be like, look, I told you guys y'all need to make peace. Y'all are both business partners now. So Miguel, you need to turn your sister back over to, you know what I'm saying, to Tommy. And I think since Chi told him to do that, he's going to go ahead and do that. But he's also going to, like I said, he had that prep talk with her saying, you need to pick sides. Who are you loyal to? And we already know the answer to that because she told Tommy already that, you know, she's going to pick Tommy over him. So what I could see happening is in the midst of that, Tommy goes back, Mireya goes back to him and stuff like that. You know, she's cool with him. And then, you know, she's thinking everything's all good, but she's going to overhear, you know, Miguel plotting something because as we already know, Miguel already, we heard him in the trailer saying, in the teaser trailer saying, you know,
Egan's a dead man walking.
Time to go terrorize the
so like we heard in the trailer, he said Egan's a dead man walking, right? And I believe he may have been having this discussion with someone while he thought Mireya possibly was gone. Or maybe he was cocky enough to say it while, you know, she was there. And he didn't think she had the balls to possibly, you know, or would pick, you know, pick Tommy over him. Mireya pulls the scrap on him and tell him, you better not touch him. And I could see a situation where even though her loyalty is with Tommy, that is still her brother. And although she has a gun on him, he's not afraid of her. And he gets close enough to her because she's not a killer. And he snatched the gun from her and murders Mireya right there. Because you know how a lot of people are when it comes to these things. Once you pick a side and betray them, you know, the Canaans of the world, who else was like that? The jukebox of the world. Once somebody pick you over them, they don't care if it's flesh and blood. You pick them over me, so you gotta go. And I think Miguel might be cut from that same cloth. And what's gonna happen is he takes her out, and then he have to still keep peace with Tommy. So he's gonna stage it to make it look like it was the Serbs, right? So that is why we end up getting this image here where it seems like to be Tommy at a church with a shootout, and it looks like to be Miguel alongside of him. So that's why we got the team up. It's probably that, you know, Tommy and the Miguel looking like they're teaming up and stuff like that. But Tommy is gullible and don't know that he's been betrayed. The whole time, the person the real killer is right beside him. Now let's be real. For the ugly ass niggas that might be getting ready to say, man, I don't see that happening, bro. Tommy ain't gonna do. Bro, Tommy has been so gullible throughout the entire Power series. Think about this. How many times have we seen Tommy choose wrong, not be able to see what everybody else was able to see? Got me. Trusting Kanan in the beginning, and he's the one betraying him. Ghost trying to warn him, but he's not paying attention. Ghost try to warn him again about his dad, Teresi. When's another time that this has happened? Like, Tommy has done this several times where he's thinking one thing and you try to reason with him, but he won't listen. Enforce. Diamond was trying to tell him that the snitch was Vic, but Tommy didn't want to believe him. Turns out he was wrong again. So this is just another episode of that shit He's gonna have Miguel right there with him, acting like he's trying to avenge his sister. You know, he's gonna approach Tommy like, look, that's my sister. Whatever we got between us is dead. Let's work together. And boom, yada, yada, yada. And that's how this situation is probably gonna transpire, right? But in the midst of that, here's something else. In the very first trailer, people, remember we got this image. And it was pretty intense, and we was wondering who it is it that this could be that's choking Miguel out like this. Well, I'm gonna go with, I think this is someone with the Serbs, because remember Jason had some kind of wire or something like that. It looks like he's choking him with a wire here. Jason had a wire just like that, you know, when he was trying to choke out Ghost, but of course Ghost ended up reversing it and, you know, taking him out. I don't think Miguel will be that lucky though. Miguel's gonna, I think this might be the end of Miguel right here. Because keep in mind, we also see this same guy with the same looking jacket in the next, because we got 2 teasers so far, right? So we get this same guy. They showed us the face of this guy in the next teaser, walking up on Miguel, right? So we know exactly who it is. And I, like I said, I believe he belongs to the Serbs some kind of way. And this is revenge because, you know, they attacked them at the church or whatever. Because that's who I think Tommy and them is going against. It's the Serbs. And after that, like I said, I believe this is going to be the end of Miguel. And the person that we also seen in this teaser, right before that scene, somebody being dumped, you pay attention, it's the same jacket. So I believe this is the same guy. You see that? You see this jacket? Then you see him dumping the guy over. It's the same person. So I believe this guy murdered Miguel and threw him in the lake here, or the river, whatever this is. So we're gonna get the end of both Mireya and Miguel. So that's how I could possibly see this thing playing out. So pretty much that's all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. Let me know exactly what you're thinking of in these comment sections. Could you see a scenario where Miguel ends up taking out his own sister out of jealousy and, you know, revenge, and later on he also being taken out by the Serbs? Let me know all of that and more in the comment section. But like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.